Folks, in my 20 years in the league, I've never seen anything like this. Something is happening right now that could reshape the entire NFC South and possibly ripple through the NFL for years to come. I've got sources, whispers, and insider intel that point to an unprecedented move nearing completion, and trust me, you'll want to hear every detail. What I'm about to reveal might just be the biggest secret of the offseason, hidden in plain sight, but the pieces are falling into place for a blockbuster that will blow your mind. If you've been paying attention, you know this isn't just another rumor. It's an internal shakeup, a seismic shift in offensive line dynamics, and a signal that Atlanta is playing for keeps. But don't take my word for it. Stay tuned, because the details that follow could alter everything, and trust me, there are layers here that will make your head spin. But first, if you're a true NFL insider follower, if you want to stay ahead of the curve on the biggest moves before they even happen, then you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like, and ring the bell. Because the moment this deal drops, I'll be right here with every detail, break it down, and reveal the secrets the NFL doesn't want you to know. This isn't just analysis. This is the inside scoop, the kind of intel that separates the casual fan from the connect. So if you're serious about knowing what's coming, then buckle up and stay inside the circle. Now let's get into the deep, gritty, behind-the-scenes story of how a player who is currently on the Cleveland Browns, Tevin Jenkins, could be swinging a deal that would change the landscape of the Atlanta Falcons' offensive line forever. We're talking about a player who, just 2 seasons ago, was considered one of the most promising young guards with the potential to be a franchise cornerstone. And yet, here we are, about to dissect how a strategic move could propel Atlanta into the league's upper echelons, if the pieces fit. But it's not just about throwing a name out there. It's about understanding exactly what makes Jenkins so valuable, what he brings to the table, and why this isn't just a pipe dream, but something that could go from rumor to reality in a matter of days. So let me paint you a picture of the man in question. Tevin Jenkins, a 27-year-old beast out of Oklahoma State, a player with roots deep in the trenches, a mauler who can both protect the quarterback and pave the way for the run game. His story is one of resilience. After battling injuries, back surgeries, and setbacks, Jenkins has shown that his toughness is unmatched. He's a former second-round pick, drafted 39th overall in 2021 by the Chicago Bears, and over his career, he's carved out a reputation as a versatile, powerful presence on the line. Not just a guard, he's capable of playing tackle if needed, which makes him a flexible asset. And why would Atlanta, a team desperate for bolstering its offensive line, go after him? Because Jenkins isn't just a stopgap, he's a potential game changer. Now, analyzing his film, you see a player whose strengths leap off the screen. Elite strength, a 91 rating in that department, which translates to explosive power at the point of attack. A run-blocking grade standing at 82, with a power grade of 79 and finesse at an impressive 85. This guy can dominate in the trenches. His impact blocks are rated at 87, meaning he's the kind of lineman who can seal a defender and create lanes for Robinson or the tight ends. His pass block power at 86 makes him a nightmare for speed rushers. He's not just a run blocker. He's developed into a solid pass protector, especially in high-impact situations. What scouts rave about is his toughness, rated at 92, and stamina at 84, critical for a team that wants to sustain long drives and keep its quarterback upright. But let's not ignore the red flags. Agility, 61, speed, 74, and change of direction, 52, aren't elite. These are the areas where Jenkins has room to grow. Injuries have haunted him, from back surgeries in 2021 to calf issues in 2020-2023, and a concussion in late 2024 that he's now cleared from. Yet, what makes Jenkins a perfect target for Atlanta is his relentless attitude, his proven ability to bounce back, and his versatile skill set that fits seamlessly into a zone or power scheme. The analytics show an improvement in his pass protection in 2024, a clear sign he's adapting, learning, and improving. His career totals, 45 games, 38 starts, show a guy who's been reliable when healthy, and every team in the league understands that players like him, with his blend of power and resilience, are rare commodities. Now, what makes this whole scenario even more explosive? Well, Jenkins' current contract with Cleveland is a one-year deal worth just over $3 million, $3.05 million. That's a bargain in today's NFL, even with inflation. The Browns signed him last March, knowing the injury concerns but also recognizing his potential. Now, as a pending free agent in March, Jenkins's value is sky-high. The Browns are likely to re-sign him, but what if Atlanta swoops in with a plan, offering a package that Cleveland can't refuse? What if, behind the scenes, Atlanta's brass, led by that new coaching staff, has been quietly preparing a trade for Jenkins, viewing him as the missing piece to turn their offensive line from shaky to dominant? Let's dive into how such a trade might unfold. First, the compensation. With Jenkins's current value and contract, Cleveland would surely ask for a mid-round pick, perhaps a second or third rounder, plus some considerations in future salary cap flexibility. But here's the key. Atlanta, under new management and with a bone to pick in the NFC South, might be willing to include a draft pick, say a 2026 third-rounder, and perhaps a modest swap of future considerations to secure Jenkins's services. The logic is simple. Atlanta's front office sees Jenkins as a cornerstone, a player they can plug in immediately and see production, especially under Kevin Stefanski's new system. Cap gymnastics might be involved, yes, but here's where Atlanta's current position plays to their advantage. With the team's cap space projected around $30 million, they can maneuver. Moving on from some veterans or restructuring contracts could fund Jenkins's acquisition without breaking the bank. Cleveland, meanwhile, gains a cost-controlled lineman with immediate starting potential and a high upside for 2026, especially if he continues his upward trajectory. This isn't just a hunch, it's a calculated move rooted in analytics, film, and market value. But what about the fit? Jenkins's style aligns perfectly with Stefanski's offensive philosophy: power runs, zone blocking, and quick-hit passes. His explosive punch and ability to anchor against speed rushes make him an ideal fit in Atlanta's revamped scheme. Coaches love versatile linemen who can adapt, and Jenkins's film study reveals a player who excels in high-pressure situations, reading the defense, reacting quickly, and executing with precision. His comparison to players like Brandon Scherf or David DeCastro isn't far-fetched. He's a plug-and-play starter who can elevate the entire unit. Worst-case scenario: injuries and inconsistency rear their heads again, but with the right medical monitoring and conditioning, Jenkins could blossom into a top-tier guard, transforming Atlanta's line into a fortress. In terms of impact, do the numbers support this move? Absolutely. A team that improved its run-blocking efficiency from bottom third in 2024 to a top 10 finish in 2025 could see even more gains with Jenkins anchoring one side. His pass protection numbers, an area he's shown steady growth in, could provide core stability for a young quarterback like Michael Penix Jr. or whoever emerges as Atlanta's franchise shot caller. The potential gains are huge. A revamped offensive line leading to sustained drives, fewer turnovers, and a more dangerous rushing attack spearheaded by Robinson. The ripple effect could be immediate: offensive consistency, improved time of possession, and a more aggressive approach, all centered around Jenkins's physical dominance. But let's be real, no deal is perfect and there are risks. Cleveland might hang on to Jenkins, hoping to compete in 2026, especially if they see his growth curve trending upward. Atlanta's cap space might be tight, and the draft capital could be considered a gamble. Plus, Jenkins's injury history remains a concern. If he reverts or suffers setbacks, the move could backfire. Yet the upside far outweighs these risks, especially given the strategic importance of the offensive line in today's NFL, where a quarterback's survival often hinges on his protection, and a run game can be the difference between mediocrity and greatness. Now here's what I think is the real game changer. This isn't just about one player or one trade. It's a statement. Atlanta's new regime, led by Kevin Stefanski and Matt Ryan, is signaling they're all in, ready to make bold moves, not just to compete, but to dominate. Jenkins isn't just a piece. They see him as a pillar, a cornerstone for their future. The whispers in league circles suggest this deal is very close, likely to be announced in the coming days, perhaps coinciding with the NFL Combine or free agency start. The NFL world isn't prepared for the chaos that's brewing behind the scenes. Finally, what should you be watching for? The signs are there. Cleveland's front office isn't denying interest. There's too much smoke for this to be just idle speculation. Watch for subtle hints in team leak reports, for the timing of free agency negotiations, and for the way Atlanta's front office is positioning the roster. The moment the trade drops, everything changes. Jenkins, already a proven talent with enormous potential, could become Atlanta's secret weapon, one that turns their rebuild into a resurgence. And trust me, folks, once this move is finalized, everyone will ask, was this the missing link all along, or just the beginning of a new era? In conclusion, brace yourselves, because what's happening right now in the corridors of power, behind the scenes, is nothing less than historic. The NFL's landscape is shifting beneath our feet, and Tevin Jenkins might just be the name that ignites it all. Keep your eyes peeled, stay locked here, and I promise, when the details come shining through, you'll be the first to know. This is the kind of move that legends are made of, so buckle up. The NFL has just entered a new chapter, and the story is far from over.